Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Solana and specifically its recent price action, as a lot has happened in recent times. So Solana wasn't the best play at the end of last year, and we all know that. When FTX went underwater, it took Solana with it and the price collapsed from 38 US dollars down to a miserable $8. To this day, Solana is still down about 90% from its all-time high marked 1.5 years ago, and so many people have gotten over this project and decided to move on to something else, which is totally understandable. It's really hard to see investors stick or come back to a project that almost went to zero. This year, however, we've seen slight improvements in the trend as we've gone back up to the $20 levels. Now, since mid-January, we've been pretty much trading in the same area. All that has been happening is the price trending between this $20 support and the $26 resistance. We've been bouncing back and forth between those two levels. This resistance is the level we've been getting rejected by in the prior 3 months so far. That happened at first here, and we came back shortly after to get rejected again. The correction we experienced was brutal to say the least, as Solana lost 25% of its value in a brief time. We've then experienced the same exact scenario once again. We tried to break above this level. The sell orders came in very fast and we got rejected in a horrible fashion. Right now, it's the same scenario happening. Solana has gone up in the past week. We have 6 consecutive daily green candles and we are getting closer every day to this level, which hasn't been easy to get ahead of. And so the question that arises is, will Solana manage to trend higher? For the time being, Sol still looks fine, although the volume has decreased quite substantially in the prior 2 days. The real challenge will be at this area. If we manage to break above the current resistance, which I think has good odds of happening, then we will rise to the next area coming in at $31. I'm saying this because we are currently trading in a high volume node. So let me explain what I mean by this. If we open up the VPVR model, which shows us levels of high interest in the market, we can see a horizontal spike around the $24 to $25 range, which means that this area is of high interest. This is where we see more traders battling in buying and selling. Horizontal spikes like this one on this indicator are identifiers for ranges of higher activity. Typically what happens is the price climbing from one high volume node or horizontal spike like this one to the next one very fast once we break that resistance. And we saw that happen here. For instance, we were trading at this high volume node. As you can see, we got stuck here for a while, and as soon as we broke above this resistance, we rallied to the next high volume node in just a few days. And so right now we are in fact waiting for the same scenario to come to play. We are in a high volume node slightly below a 3-month resistance, and the next high volume node is at $31, and so breaking above where we are at this moment will end up with another leg up. If we take a look at the Stochastic RSI, we can see that both lines, the K and D line, are still above 80, which is a bullish sign. Typically, when people trade using this indicator, which by the way is a very good model, we've tested it in the past, and you can go ahead and watch that video and you'll see how this indicator is way better than holding and even selling the top by miles. And so typically people assume that whenever we get a bearish cross like the one we just had, that the move is completely over and that it's time to pack things up, but it's not always the case. Hear me out. As long as both lines are still trending above 80, the move isn't over, and we witnessed that here. We got a bearish cross between the blue and orange lines, the momentum did shift a bit, the volume also decreased, and the price barely moved for 3 days, giving the impression that the uptrend has come to its end. We were in fact seeing early signs of exhaustion, but no, Solana did not go down, and as both lines remained up above 80, we went back on track, going way higher than most people thought. So, just to be clear, it's safe to assume that the move isn't completely over as both lines remain up high. I would only change my opinion if we were to see something similar to here, where both lines, the K and D line of course, head lower in the upcoming days. And at this exact moment, there are no signs of anything as such. Also, if we go over the bull market support band, we see something quite interesting coming to play. Solana's price is about to start opening above it. If we remain where we are at or go higher by next week, that will be a major bullish signal. which hasn't happened in over a year. Since we fell below the bull market support band on the first week of January 22, we've done nothing but go lower. We tried to break above our band here, also here, and then here again, once again, but we failed every single time. And typically, when we fail in breaking above this model, we end up going way lower. And so it will be interesting to see how this plays out. I always say this, the bull market support band is your first indicator given a perspective on the macro trajectory. If the price is below it, then the token is in a bearish trend, and vice versa. Right now, we are having early signs of a shift in the trend. Bitcoin already trended above its band since it was at 20,000 US dollars, I think, and it has rallied way higher since then, and now it's Solana's time to shine. If we manage to remain high, as I said, and close above this on the weekly time frame and sustain the move up, then the trajectory will be set. If we turn below the bull market support band once again, then it will be very hard to reclaim that level. So we'll see how this plays out. If you like the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts on Solana. Where do you think it will head in the next few weeks? Have a nice day, and I'll see you on another video. Bye.